Iran has launched drones and missiles toward Israel in retaliation for a bombing in Syria. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard seized an Israeli-linked cargo ship, and Hezbollah launched rockets into northern Israel. President Biden has returned to the White House to consult with his national security team. Israel has closed its airspace and schools, and Jordan has temporarily closed its airspace. Iran's attack involves drones and missiles from multiple locations, targeting military bases, including one with F-35 fighter jets. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu has deployed defensive systems and vowed to retaliate against Iran. The U.S. plans to intercept incoming threats. Hundreds of drones and missiles inbound to Israel. While Israel has strong defense capabilities, some threats may get through. There's concern the conflict could involve the U.S. directly. U.S. ships with anti-missile systems are in the region, but Iran threatens U.S. troops if they assist Israel.
Iran for weeks vowing swift revenge after top commanders were killed in a strike the Pentagon says Israel was behind. Earlier today, Iran seizing this cargo ship, partially owned by an Israeli family in the Strait of Hormuz. Iran-backed militia group Hezbollah also claiming they struck Iron Dome air defense platforms with drones. Those defenses shooting down missiles fired at Israel by Hezbollah last night, many of them intercepted.
Britt Clennett back with us from Israel tonight. And Britt, as we heard from Israeli officials today, they're prepared in both defense and attack. What are you learning about how Israel could respond tonight?
Yeah, where a source tells ABC News tonight that the U.S. has no doubt that Israel will respond, whether lives are lost or not, and that Iran itself will be the target.
Britt, thank you. And we know President Biden returned to the White House early this weekend, cutting short his trip to Delaware so he could meet with his national security team about the events unfolding in the Middle East. Let's get right to ABC's senior White House correspondent, Selena Wang. Selena, what is the administration saying tonight?
Well, the president is making clear tonight that America's support for Israel's security is ironclad. Now, the White House has been on high alert for days. They knew that this attack was imminent. The president cutting his weekend vacation short, and he is currently meeting, according to a U.S. official, right now with his top national security advisors in the Situation Room. But look, anxieties here, they are running high. Officials tell me that there is deep concern that this Iranian attack and a possible Israeli response that could widen this war, which is exactly what the president has been trying to avoid.
And Selena, what are your sources telling you about a potential U.S. role in the military response?
The U.S. is going to try to intercept everything that they can. That's according to a senior U.S. official who says that Iran is trying to overwhelm Israel's air defense systems by launching hundreds of drones and missiles from different directions, speeds, and altitudes. Now, the U.S. expects that most of that will be intercepted, but the fear is that if Israeli lives are lost, that the Israeli response will be much bigger. And at risk here as well are U.S. forces in the region, and the U.S. has already moved military assets to the Middle East in order to protect them.
Yeah, major concerns for that escalation. Selena, thank you so much. Let's bring in ABC News contributor Colonel Steve Ganyard. And Steve, what can you tell us about the nature of this attack and just how unprecedented it is for Iran to strike within Israel's borders?
Well, it's unprecedented in a historical sense, for Iran to directly attack Israel. What's concerning here, as Selena pointed out, is 400 to 500 drones and missiles inbound right now to Israel. Now, Israel has the most sophisticated integrated air and missile defense capabilities in the world, but with that number of incoming missiles and drones, it's almost inevitable that some will get through.
So, Steve, how likely is it that the U.S. will now be pulled deeper into this conflict, and what could our role look like militarily?
The U.S. has made it clear that they will do whatever they can to help Israel in this attack. We know that there are ships in the Red Sea, the U.S. ships in the Red Sea and off the coast of Israel both have very sophisticated anti-missile capabilities. But Iran has also said that if the U.S. helped Israel in this attack, that U.S. troops in the region would become fair game. And so
the world has gotten very dangerous tonight, not only for Israel, but for the U.S. as well.